Title is pretty self-explanatory. I don't think I need to go too in-depth about it. Now, if I'm being completely honest, this doesn't necessarily mean I'll start the manga like immediately when the new year kicks in, but these are series that I want to read first, so they're at the top of my list. Don't worry, I know some people might want to try and tell me, read this and that. I'm aware of whatever critically acclaimed series might exist out there, so for all I know, I'll get to them one day. That just won't be now for sure. So there might be a day where I start Attack on Titan or Black Clover. Maybe not that last one actually. And then the big boys of Goodnight Poon Poon, which I've read the first 11 chapters and didn't know what to do with my life. And then Vinland Saga, I've heard that's good. And the manga that turns boys into men, Berserk. But that's all for the far future. And I was thinking about counting Steel Ball Run, but this also goes for manga that I would actually have in my collection and physically get and stuff. And in the States, there's no official prints of Steel Ball Run. Not until at least 2024, so yeah. Let's just get into the list. Number 5 is that of Soul Eater. Now, I know about Soul Eater, and I'm not completely oblivious to it, and I like the anime from what I've seen. However, it's pretty surprising that even with its rather good reception and popularity back then, there's no, like, Brotherhood or Kai version of it to actually tell the story from the manga. Well, I know it's not that popular, but the ending was nowhere close to what the manga had from what I've heard. So from that reason alone, I'm willing to check it out. Also, I would get the perfect editions that are being made now, but I don't feel like waiting 3-4 years to have them all. And plus, I like the covers of the individual volumes, especially the white ones. They look cool, so yeah. Number 4, The Promise Neverland. This ended not too long ago. That's kind of a good thing. That means I don't have to fear reaching a long dead end in terms of volume releases, by the time I catch up at least. Why do I want to read it? Not too sure, honestly. The concept seems very interesting enough for me to want to read it. I know it sounds weird saying that when Season 2 is right around the corner. I haven't watched a single episode though, so don't worry, I haven't really been spoiled. Literally all I know is that the kids want to escape wherever they live because some freaky deaky shit is happening behind the scenes. And the whole horror and mystery aspect is something I can get into. I've also heard that this is more of like one of those psychological type manga where you kind of have to outsmart your opponent by every time. Like you have to be 3-4 steps ahead of them, and that's something I can always get into. Seems fun. Number 3, Dodo, Dodo. This series looks really freaking weird. I like it. I've seen a few clips of the anime and didn't know what to make of it because, you know, most of it was out of context for sure. So for example, I don't know why the characters are suddenly playing baseball, then the next random clip is of a girl getting her face literally ripped off. Seems promising. I think the hook that really sold me on it though was hearing what Super Eye Patch Wolf had to say, basically saying that everyone is just insane in their own way, and I can get on board with that, because I've already watched a similar series. It's called Hunter x Hunter. Everyone's insane in that.
Critically, the bonds that have formed between them, making for the most adorable group of violent murderers I've come across in quite some time. I love Kaiman, I love Nikaido, I love Shin, I love Noi, and it's how the divergent stories of these characters clash and unravel through the bizarre streets of Hole that make this series such a joy.
Number 2, Jujutsu Kaisen. This might seem a little confusing if you've seen my manga collection video, and just like your favorite outlet in your house for your charger, always be plugging. Anyways, yes, I do have the first 4 volumes of Jujutsu Kaisen, and I haven't read them yet. Why? Because I honestly wanted to save them for this video. But in truth, it's because I'm just reading other things now. So, yeah. I've heard a little bit of JJK before, but damn, because the anime came out, this series is blown up. Makes sense. What kind of kept me away from the series at first, though, was hearing that its power system is a little wonky, as it can be a bit confusing from time to time, especially in the Viz translations.
For example, cursed energy is sometimes called Juryoku, and then it's called curse energy, and then cursed energy again. It is confusing and annoying, and it muddles a system that is already kind of a handful to understand at times.
Oops. though I think I'll manage. I love JoJo, and that series practically takes pride in having bizarre powers, so I'm good there. But if I'm being completely honest, it wasn't that the anime came out or hearing that Gojo is a dope-ass motherfucker, which I can believe is fact. Those weren't the driving forces for me to want to read it. I did a small skim of the main characters on the wiki, thought they were okay, but her, yes her, Nobara? Yeah, that's her name? It hit me like a truck about all the insane and stupid shit you could do with the power of hammers and nails. I am all ready for that. Plus, I like her design and attitude from what little I've seen. She's legit the reason I picked up those volumes, and I look forward to this twisted manga.
Correction, I saw a few clips of Jujutsu Kaisen, and Gojo is now also a very top of the list reason to read the series.
Number 1. Now, hold on. This needs a real introduction. That's right, number 1 is Chainsaw Man. I'd probably be doing a disservice to myself by not reading it, especially by this point. I've heard that this series just goes balls to the walls crazy with its fights, its characters, its level of horniness. I'm already reading Fire Punch, which was heavily recommended to me by a friend, and wow, it's a freaking trip and a half. Dude, like, I've looked everywhere, up, down, and even in the few crawl spaces, couldn't find one. I couldn't find a single fuck that this guy gives when he writes and draws his story. Like, I heard it was over-the-top, non-stop violence, but, I saw some of the things he draws in the manga as well, like with the chapter covers. Bro, for the people with Google or a good memory, the cover of chapter 59, like, how is he able to get away with this? As a shonen, too, more importantly. That's wild. Fujimoto is a man who cannot be stopped. Like, that's all anyone needed to tell me to start reading. Like, that's it. I'm in, freaks. I'm ready for this. Though the only other thing that I have to say for Chainsaw Man fans is just this one thing. Come closer, because my audio can be a little fickle. Have a good year. Joking aside, though, that's pretty much the manga that I look forward to getting into. I could say that, oh yeah, I want to read Beastars, because I technically haven't started that yet, but I've already got that, and I fully planned on reading it beforehand, so I wouldn't say that's really on my list. The same thing with, like, Kakagurui Twin, like, I'm reading that now, so not the biggest deal exactly. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments below, or any other manga recommendations. I'll look into it, because there's so many out there. You always hear about this one great one, and then little did you know, there's also this one hidden gem out there from who knows when it started or anything. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments below, you know, to do with all the links that I provide and everything of the sort. Stay safe out there. Thank you for watching. That's greatly appreciated, of course. Have a great day, have a great night, and everything else you know what to do.